With the return of games that we actually want to play coming out, it's time for the 10-point review plan to return. This is 5 points as to why you should buy a game and 5 points as to why you shouldn't bother, because no game is perfect and no game is garbage. Except Ride to Retribution. That's garbage. This will be spoiler free, so don't concern yourself about that. But don't forget, some of these may be nitpicks. These are the things that I would tell you if you caught me on the street. The first reason to buy Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain is the open world aspect is interesting, because it gives you amazing possibilities for every mission, which I absolutely love with a passion. It's so amazing to pick your choice of entry, your tactics, everything you can think of, even picking the location of your sniper friend. Then going all sneaky, things going crazy, and you have to make an epic escape by stealing a truck, and then your helicopter coming in playing music overhead. But that also leads me to my first reason to not buy. As much as I do love the open world aspect, there really isn't anything to do between the outposts and towns. It's just a wide open desert. Sure, there are plants to gather and there's an animal here and there to hunt, but that's it, wide open space for you to run between. And you just find yourself running from outpost to claim it like Far Cry 4. Things are so spread out that after the first few hours, I started just warping myself back to the aerial command center and picking another location to drop into. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and the first open world game where I really just didn't want to roam around anymore. The second reason to buy is the amount of content in this game is insane. There are so many story missions, there are post-game missions, there are side ops. I think last time I counted there was like 51 main story missions with post-game and like 150 something side op missions. And you have the open world aspect of claiming all of the outposts, hunting the animals, building your mother base, working on all of that. You will spend hours completing this game to 100%. I'm pretty sure that this is the longest Metal Gear Solid game ever. And the second reason to not buy Metal Gear Solid 5 is that the story is all over the place. While the game is easy for new players to get into, the story hopes that you've played all of the previous games to fully understand it. At a bare minimum, they're basically assuming that you did play Ground Zeroes because it caused a lot of confusion for my brand new Metal Gear Solid friends who picked up this game. They had no idea what was going on. But as a super Metal Gear Solid fan, the part that irritates me is that I expect the 2-hour-long cutscenes that are over the top and they shock and awe me, and I didn't really get very many of those. It looks like in an attempt to make the game easier for people to get into, they kind of forgot about us hardcore fans that love the insanity of the story. Most of the crazy stuff is told in cassette tapes and such. Just not what I was expecting. The third reason to buy Metal Gear Solid 5 is that the enemy intelligence is so much better than before. There is no preset distance that the enemies can see, and there's no cones to avoid. It's all treated slightly realistically, as in they might see you, or they might see your Slade movement, and then they might want to go check it out. They'll also call in reinforcements quickly and effectively. But they still can't seem to figure out that the giant cardboard box that wasn't there 2 seconds ago really shouldn't be there. I guess they just hire all the stupidest guards. The third reason to not buy Metal Gear Solid 5 is I hope you enjoy menus, and more menus. The game comes packed to the brim with content and menus, and while you can get through them relatively quickly once you understand it all if you want to, there is so much information packed into them that it may be a bit overwhelming at times for new players. Things like picking your base expansions, selecting which unit you're going to send on a mission, resource management, the selection of weapons to develop, all of them come with their own in-game timers that you're also trying to manage. It's kind of just annoying. I found myself just leaving the game running in the aerial command center just to let things finish. The fourth reason to buy Metal Gear Solid 5 is that the buddy system is a nice addition to the game. You can pick from a half-naked sniper woman, a horsey that poops, a dog that will ride in your car, and a robot that talks funny. All of them have different uses in combat and they help you out, such as the horse speeding up your transportation, or the half-naked girl being a sniper that you can point at various targets. The more you work with them, the larger the bond with them, and the more customization options you get for each. It's a nice addition to the whole Metal Gear Solid series. The fourth reason to not buy Metal Gear Solid 5 is that the health system is weird. You auto-heal like in most games nowadays, but sometimes you'll take a severe injury. But it doesn't make any sense. I take a bullet and I need a healing spray, but I take a tank shell and I'm okay? To top it all off, when you do take a severe injury and you need to heal up, pray to God that it was a sniper shot or something that you can crawl away from, because most likely you're getting riddled with bullets and there is no hope to saving yourself. The fifth reason to buy Metal Gear Solid 5 is that the game is stupidly gorgeous. Everything looks amazing, and seeing classic characters remade in the amazing Fox engine system made my entire year. It just looks so amazing. And the thing that boggles my mind is that this game looks so good and it's on a lot of last generation systems. How did they do that? And the fifth reason to not buy Metal Gear Solid 5 is definitely a nitpick. Now don't get me wrong, I would have Hideo Kojima's baby if I could, but seriously, I don't need to be reminded after every mission that he made the freaking game. At first, I felt kinda bad that Konami removed his name from the box, but after being reminded that Hideo made this game after every mission and every chance he gets, I don't feel so bad for him. I'm pretty sure no one is ever going to question who made this game. And those are our 5 reasons to buy and not buy this game. Now don't get me wrong, I love this series and I am in love with this game. And anybody who asks me if you should buy this game, I will tell you, just go get it. It's an incredible game. But if you want to be convinced even further, let me give you some examples. If you enjoyed Far Cry 4, then you will enjoy this game. Or Metal Gear Solid 3 and Peace Walker, it's right up the same alley as both of those. And if you do enjoy something a little more obscure like the classic Splinter Cell games or other old stealth games, you're definitely going to enjoy this game. There's really no reason to not buy this game unless you're just really against stealth military games. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little list, and if it helped you decide if you're going to buy this game, please give the video a like. Also, make sure you subscribe to stay on top of your video gaming goodness, and I'll see you guys next time right here at Eligible Monster.